Okay, so we're back, and we are ready to start part 2 in the week of Facebook for Business. And we're going to be going a little bit deeper and talking about using Facebook and using it as the new PR weapon. And to do that, using things within Facebook called custom audiences and micro-targeting. So we have Alex and Dennis back. And Alex, I'm going to turn it over to you to explain some of these definitions, and then we'll turn it over to Dennis to give us some examples.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of different things involved in doing PR and micro-targeting on Facebook. So we have the pay-to-pay, what's a promoted post or sponsored story, what is a custom audience. So I'm going to define a few of these things. Dennis will be able to run through. I know he's starting to pull up some examples and showing the funnel like we had done in our previous session. So sponsored or promoted posts is just amplifying into the news feed, whether that's for page post engagement or a different objective. In the Facebook ad platform, you can target against different objectives. So if you're trying to drive to multiple pages or going to clicks to the website, or if you want to bid to a conversion pixel, you can absolutely do that. A conversion pixel is a thing that you place on the website, and then when Facebook sends traffic, it'll send people that are most likely to do the goal that you're specifying to do, whether that's create a purchase or sign up for a newsletter. So that's the conversion pixel. A custom audience is what's defined as your email list. So there's multiple ways you can get a custom audience. It's ultimately retargeting or remarketing, which is, you know, if you ever have shopped on Amazon or down on Google, and then later on somewhere else you're seeing the item that you looked at. Say you're looking at a book on Amazon, and then you see that book follow you around in banner ads on the internet. That would be an example of retargeting. And website custom audiences inside of Facebook is the same thing. And you can get those in multiple ways. Say you have an email list of people that have come to your website. You can then upload that to Facebook. It then matches these users to the emails. And if there is a match, then it'll create a list that you can target against. You can also do direct integrations. I have a direct integration with MailChimp, so you can just sign in using OAuth, and then it'll automatically connect these things.
Sounds like stalking to me.
It sort of is stalker-like in a way, following them around, and it's tied to user ID when it's done inside of Facebook. Now, there's another custom audiences, which is actually one of our favorite, is the website custom audience. So when people come to your website, it'll then pull that your Facebook user ID and then add you to an audience. And there's a lot of different ways you can do that. Say you're trying to generate people or get people onto an email list. So you can follow them around and use that audience until, say, they opt into an email and name form. And then they reach the thank you page. You could then create an exclusion audience so the people that have opted in don't see it. And there's a lot of different things you can do when people come to your website to then hit them inside of Facebook with ads, and that's ultimately what a custom audience is. Overall, those are some of the definitions. I can jump back in, Lisa, if you need any other things defined, and I'll pass it over to Dennis so he can take a look at some of the mechanics behind running micro-targeted PR ads so you can hit people in different workplaces and get the press and exposure that you're looking for.
So just to give kind of like a summary of what you said, and I think this is one of the points you're trying to get across. If not, I want to make sure that we talk about it. So if I have a list, let's say of a media list of journalists that I'm trying to pitch for a business or a brand, I could use that email list and then target them on Facebook?
Yep, absolutely. So you can upload it and then it'll match back to those users. If those users have their email address inside of their profile, you can also use phone numbers and user IDs. So if you have the actual user IDs, you can upload that as a custom audience.
And how would you get the user ID?
You could go to, and I know Dennis is sharing his screen, so if you were to go to really any property on Facebook, Dennis, go slide on over to facebook.com/AlexHaug, and then up in the URL, you can see, if you switch over to his screen, where it says www.facebook.com, you can switch the www to graph, and this is where you can start looking into the Facebook graph. Now this is a page and not a profile, but you can see the ID here, and then if you were to go to, say, Facebook graph.facebook.com/DennisU. That URL is a profile. You can then look at the user ID. So that's Dennis's user ID right there, and then you can upload that as a CSV file for a custom audience to then run targeted ads against.
So these seem like pretty advanced strategies for Facebook, but how difficult are they really to implement?
Everything that we're showing you is available, and we actually have multiple guides that yours completely free. We believe education should be free, and that's part of our open learning initiatives that we're doing with Portage. So if there's any of this stuff, you can email me, alex@portage.co, and I'd be more than happy to give you our guides and implementations for technical optimizations and strategy documents. This is also the audience insights that you can see on Dennis's screen here, where you can drill down into different connection targeting and cute pictures here and lots of different combos. This is graph search that he's demonstrating. Golden State Warriors is one of our clients. You can see some of the content that they have here. In entertainment, it's pretty amazing what you can do in terms of getting engagement. It's pretty easy. He's demonstrating some of the boost post buttons, which I'll talk a little bit about. The boost post is one of the easy ways, or the push button ways, that Facebook has integrated for ad amplification. And it can work if you're looking to drive engagement, but if you're looking to drive for a conversion or bottom of the funnel, it's not something that we would recommend, because it will do more broad targeting, and a lot of times it'll broad brush into, say, the Middle East or the Philippines, or places where traffic is cheaper and people are more likely to engage, but it may be a lower quality engagement. That's something that you could do if you're just looking to drive engagement but not looking to drive towards a goal or a conversion.
Okay, great. So, Dennis, do you want to give us your take on how Facebook can be used as the new PR weapon?
So you have to pay to play. We talked about that. But the cool thing is that if you pay and you target just the right audiences, it can be super effective. If you have any piece of content, you want to make sure it's being seen by the right people. Now, if you're in PR, what you're trying to do is influence the influencer. You're trying to make it so that the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times or whatever the trade show or the local paper or TV station, you're trying to get them to cover your story, right? That's traditional PR. You dial for dollars. You email people saying, hey, we got this new thing. Would you like to cover our story, right? And that's kind of hard. You can use Facebook to do that at $1 a day, is what we've been talking about. And here's how.
Did you say $1 a day?
$1 a day, that's
Okay.
right. I don't care if you're a poor student, $1 a day. And this is what you do. So if you go to alexhaug.com, you'll see a number of these articles on how to do this. And our favorite one is something that's called workplace targeting. So I can target people who work at University of Florida. I can target people who work at the Miami Dolphins. Not people who like the Dolphins, but who work at the Dolphins, right? Because maybe I want to get my soccer team sponsored. Maybe I want to, I'm a musician and I want to, whatever it might be, people who work at the Miami Herald, right? There are all of these things that I want to target by where people work. And that's what PR is, right? PR is about getting these journalists to cover your story so you get earned media. So what you have to do is use your relationships to build relationships with these other people. So when Alex is writing on InsideFacebook.com, which is the largest site on Facebook marketing, he's getting hundreds, if not thousands, of people reading his stuff, which is the best kind of marketing or PR out there, because people don't realize you're using it just for PR, but the information's so good, you're sharing so openly that it works well, right? We're sharing the techniques here. It works very well. Now here's an example. So Mari Smith is well known in the social media space, right? So we talk about what happened. So Mari Smith said, wow, this article was so good, she put it in her weekly little review, right? How do you tell if your Facebook ads are working or not, right? And then it drove this traffic. And then it caused more people to come in. And then it caused us to actually meet. So here's Alex with Mari, right? This is real world PR. This is not manipulating things on Facebook.
Can I interrupt, Dennis, for 1 sec?
Sure.
So we had Ian Cleary as a guest talking about content, and he was one of our guest interviews, and he actually made this exact same point on blogging tips, and he talked about using a group of influencers, influencers within a blog, and how that works. So what you're talking about is perfect example of how you can take Ian's strategy one step further.
So this is Ian Cleary right here in the white shirt, if you can see this.
Hi, Ian. Yep, that's him.
And this is Alex. And this is Jenny Brennan. So if this tells
Were
you
you guys drinking in that picture?
Nope.
We had some orange soda. But look, here we are. We're hanging out at some fancy places and talking about content marketing because we're doing it in real life. And because Jenny's a friend of ours, and we're all friends, and this is Niall and Ian and whatever, then, I kid you not, stuff like this happens. So Jenny writes this article, 11 cool things you could learn about Facebook marketing from a 20-year-old CEO.
Oh, did we mention Alex is 20?
Yeah. So look, right? Get on stage and speak in front of 1,000+ people, right? Then you're like Tony Robbins dancing around stage, right? Started when he was 14, blah, blah, blah. But here it is, right? Here's all the stuff. He is sharing his knowledge.
Awesome.
And at the same time sharing that he's hanging out with important people, so clearly his stuff is valued by the experts in the community. And it's being social. He's posting pictures of donuts. He's posting success on what's working. He's speaking at conferences. He's flying around, flew around more in the last year than most people fly around in their lives, right? And here it is, right? Article after article, story after story, so that it's not like, hey, we've got a new product, right? What is PR usually doing, like traditional PR? Hey, we got a new product. Hey, we have a new CEO. Hey, we have something that we're trying to manipulate you into running a story on. But instead, it's not. It's sharing great information. Hey, did you know Facebook came out with this new conversion pixel, and here's what it means? My goodness, I better follow this thing because I don't want to miss out. Because if you're a professional Facebook marketer, then you really want to know all the things that are happening. Facebook tells us these things, like Alex talked about, and we talk about it here, right? So here's laying it out. Here's what you need to do. Here's a link to it, and doing it first before other people know about it. So people say, wow, this is really where we need to go to get this information, right? So just putting it out there. So this is the Golden State Warriors, as Alex was saying. We help them with their Facebook marketing. This is something you can do as a student, right? You go to this URL, Ads Audience Insights, and then on a page you have or an interest, we're saying, look, if they like the Golden State Warriors, see this? They like the Golden State Warriors. What else do they like? Kyrie Irving, Slam Magazine, Stephen Curry, right? All of the kinds of things that 18-year-old teenage males like to do, right? So this really helps you understand who the audience is. It helps you understand what kind of content you're going to create, and therefore the targeting is going to work. And as PR, you have to get into the business of creating content that is relevant and fun and engaging, as opposed to pushy, selling, press release kind of stuff. You cannot make press releases work on Facebook. And so that's when our targeting, all this micro-targeting works, because when you have good content that is really legitimately interesting and you stack it into the funnel like we talked about, then it's going to work. If you've got something interesting, then maybe you want to make sure it's being seen by certain people, then you do that. And then what do? Then Mari Smith says, Alex is a Facebook ads legend, the end he, right? Because he's been sharing this content. And then he's writing on Inside Facebook. And then he leverages that to go speak at Social Media Examiner or whatever, Social Media Marketing World, right? Next to these other people. And then it just goes on and on. Now he's speaking at this other place. Now he's speaking at some other place here. Texas-sized Facebook traffic conversions, right? And so the thing keeps building upon itself. And that's what PR is. It's not a one-stop, hey, can you run my article? I'm just trying to take advantage of you. It's, hey, I'm building a relationship with you. I want to answer whatever questions you have and be helpful to you, as opposed to get my thing out. And then these people, they tell everybody. PR people, they talk to one another. Journalists, they talk to one another. And they spread the word, and they do your marketing for you. That's where the whole, how do you use Facebook as a secret weapon, is getting the media to work for you, because you are honestly trying to help without expecting anything in return, because you're being truly helpful and sharing, and then this is what happens, right? This is exactly what you want to see happen. And you're being fun, and it works, right? We're not selling anything.
That's awesome. These are great examples, Dennis. So I guess what it boils down to is how much time does this take realistically, and what kind of budget do you need? Do you need to have a big budget? Can you be a small business, or can you be a student? You said we can spend $1 a day to get things amplified. What kind of resources?
This actually doesn't take that much work and that much effort. It's just coming up maybe with a small list of the people and the influencers that you're looking to hit, and you can cover that with just $1 or $2 a day, 30 to 60 bucks a month. You can get your content amplified to a small group of influencers that matter.
Mm-hmm. So if you're a small business, let's say small business, you could spend, you think, $1 or $2 a day, or
even small businesses doing micro PR and micro targeting, you can spend $1 or $2 a day.
And there's us at a conference. Okay, well, this has been awesome. Is there anything else that you want to add for students that are looking to be social media managers, or maybe be overseeing a social media manager, or just in public relations or telecommunications, and they need to, what do they need to know about Facebook and social media? Is there any last words of wisdom?
Dennis, you want to take this one?
Well, I think you're the CEO. You should talk about it, right? I can talk about it from a technical standpoint about how the systems work, but if you're a student and you haven't gone into this level of, managing for businesses, it's hard to really know what to expect and what to do to get that first step, right? Because if you don't have that first step, people don't want to hire you because they want the experience. You have that catch-22, right? So how do you, if you're a student, you're obviously asking, how do I get around that thing? Because I want this job, but it says 3 to 5 years experience, right? What do I do to solve that problem?
You can target those workplaces. So if you're looking for placement in jobs, you can do this small workplace targeting as long as you're tying it to content. Now for us, we at Portage create opportunity for these students. So for you guys out there, if you are looking for an opportunity like this, we have a system where you can come in with quizzing and basically passing a quiz, identifying your passion area, and we can help you get lined up with the right clients in the right area if you're looking to establish that or want to build yourselves up as a thought leader. And through an overall framework, it starts with personal branding. It starts with generating content, writing, or making fun videos or podcasts and interviewing thought leaders. That's where it all starts, is the personal branding, because that's what's going to allow you to then have some ammo, per se, to then amplify to the right people so that you can get placed in a job, or you can influence the media, whether you want to get placed on the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, big publications like that. You can build that up, but it starts with your personal brand and identifying your passion and your mission and the thing you stand for, and starting with why, like we've heard from Simon Sinek.
Can I have 1 minute to say one, just to add on to that?
Sure.
What Alex is saying is that when you are passionate about something, it could be sports or cars or whatever, we can connect you with those people. We can show you how. There is no cost, there is no catch. We have online training that is completely free. This is what Portage is about. It's about the transition of going from the school into the workplace, so you're making money. Instead of paying money to learn about stuff, you're getting paid. That is what we exist, because Alex didn't go to college, right? He went straight into, and here he is hanging, he's teaching at colleges. Imagine that, right? This is the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, right? Here we are doing these things, and we've taken people who love to play basketball, and they're working for the NBA. People who love to work on cars, and they're working on car and manufacture aftermarket kind of stuff. They like Hawaii, they're going to Hawaii, right? They like to fly KLM. Here we are meeting with KLM. If you do this thought leadership, this is what we're about. This is what we want to teach. If you like snapping turtles, I'm sure we could find a way to hook that up too, right? We're saying this is the new world. This is the transition that businesses need to understand from traditional marketing into social word of mouth, share your stuff openly stuff. This is about how do you, as a student, help businesses do this while doing something that's fun instead of getting a McJob. Here we are hanging out on LinkedIn. How the heck did that happen, right? Now we're creating a guide with LinkedIn.
You guys are all over the place. That's awesome. And I think one point to add is that the 3 to 5 years experience that you might see on a job requirement, that can start now while you're still in school. If you start doing this training and practicing and doing, experimenting with different things, using Facebook or social media, doing internships, doing like little projects. So that's all going to count. It doesn't. You don't have to wait till you graduate to do it. Do it through an internship or do it through your own special personal branding projects.
Start now, $1 a day. Start writing. It doesn't matter if you suck at writing. Just start writing about something you care about, and just take little steps, and it will happen for you, right? You like Stanford University? You like donuts? Alex is posting pictures of himself, right, eating donuts. And the girl who's in charge of social media for Dunkin' Donuts is clicking like on all this stuff, right?
That's awesome.
It just works.
Okay, well, we're about out of time. We're about to lose the attention span of the students. So I'm going to end it at that. Thank you both so much, and I'd love to have you back, and we can talk about some other things related to Facebook. And then if the students want to follow both of you on Twitter at DennisU, and Alex, your Twitter handle is also Alex Hogue?
Yep.
Okay, great. H-O-U-G.
Yep.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.